Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again playing some Minecraft and chilling out and reacting to some crazy Charlie Kirk news. Charlie Kirk is a legend, rest in peace. Dude, everybody's crashing out on the left, man. Lies, manipulation. Like, they really don't want to admit that it's their fault that all this is happening. And they did it to themselves, man. They did all this stuff for a decade. And now they're crying that the same thing that they've been doing to everybody else is happening to them. But for real reasons. Because people were getting canceled online for just like minor stuff that nobody cared about. And now like people are calling for death of people and nothing's done. Remember Parler? Parler got shut down because of January 6th. But we're not going to shut down Blue Sky, Twitch, Reddit. Makes absolutely no sense. But apparently Destiny said some crazy nonsense. I already saw the video, but I want to get full context from Temple.
I'm making a special video after watching the Piers Morgan debate. Jack Posobiec, Andrew Wilson, Anna Kasparian, and Stephen Bonnell, aka Destiny, appeared. Destiny, I will not waste time, says outright, you should die. He says conservatives need to die. Because when they vote for Donald Trump, people die, and it's their fault, and this is what you get. What he said was, stop defending your values, give up, or we will kill you. That's what he's saying.
You're going to have
Twitch,
to show me the video.
YouTube, X. A viral X post already doing the rounds has Destiny saying conservatives must fear they will die, and so they will back off and give up on what they're...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see the video. Because, I do agree that conservatives should have the fear of death whenever they go to these events. Because if you don't, then you're just gonna let these things happen and pretend they're not happening, and then it's gonna happen more. So I agree with that in that context, but I don't know if that's the context that he was talking about.
Fighting for. There's no ambiguity here. This is not even a far leftist politically, Destiny, saying if you are a conservative, if you hold any of these values, they want you to...
Yeah, these people are closer to mainstream Democrat than anybody wants to admit.
To fear death, they want you to die, and if you vote for Donald Trump or anyone like him, they will kill you.
True.
I'm going to play the video for you right now.
Well, Andrew Wilson referred to Destiny's
Obviously
insane
not all
tweets a little earlier, which were disavowed by Anna Kasparian. Well, Destiny joins us now. Destiny, you've been quite active on social media since Charlie Kirk's death. When Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags at half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday ending every conservative debate call out I do in 2026 with don't dodge, bro. That's not what Charlie would have wanted. I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are 10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over the past 20 years, the majority of it, the overwhelming majority of it, everybody gets mad because they keep asking Grok about it, has been conservative.
That's a lie, and Grok has been taken over by freaks because Grok reads what is on Twitter and then says that. That's exactly what is going on here with Grok. Like, are you kidding me?
Who was? And I'll play.
Yeah, and it's pulling up like articles from mainstream news sources also as sources, and they lie too. Even Fox News.
This clip for you.
Hash out the crime statistics. not exactly like.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now,
What?
they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like
That's
memes.
terrorism.
It just means
If you're making people afraid of their lives or for their lives, that's fucking terrorism. That, like, the Democrat Party, everybody on the left right now, pretty much. Fuck it. Everybody on the left, if you're still on the left, you're part of a terrorist organization. Simple as that. If you are making people afraid and you think that that's good, that's fucking terrorism.
everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games. Okay, I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cuck shit out here.
So let me just say it like this. We have already canceled public events. I'm planning a trip to appear on some shows, some of them not even news related, and I have to have armed guards with me. There have been lists that have been put out on the internet calling for my death, and I'm not conservative. And you all know I'm not conservative because you watch my videos and you hear my opinions.
Crazy.
The left and the liberals will say, of course, Tim is conservative.
Yeah, also Asmongold. Asmongold right now, I think, is the biggest target. I've been seeing more about Asmongold than anybody else. Asmongold and Ben Shapiro at number 2.
There's no middle ground to them. Conservatives recognize a middle ground. Liberals do not. And so there is a left and there is a right and there is nothing else.
True.
So it should be clear. Destiny has stated on Piers Morgan's show.
It's not true. It's just true.
Outright.
That's what people think.
Trump won legitimately and fairly, I might add. And for this, the left has rioted, engaged in extreme acts of violence, killed Charlie Kirk. And he said, stop voting for it then. Okay. Listen, I'm not going to pretend like he's the most prominent guy in the world. He seems to be trying desperately to ruin his career and his life. And, you know, I got to at least say this for Destiny.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's trying desperately to get people on the left to like him. And he's by saying all the things that the left wants to hear, which is violent rhetoric against everybody who they deem to be on the right. Even people who are supposed to be on the left, like me. But I have fucking flipped. I don't even care. I don't even care to try and hold the fact that I'm on the left. Nope. I flipped. I'm full red. I'm conservative. I'm a Charlie Kirk conservative. Fuck it.
He sure has proven there is a great tolerance for liberals who call for murder, death, and are just the worst people imaginable. Destiny is not allowed on Timcast IRL. And it's not because I have personal beef with him. It is because it is a violation of the terms of service to glorify death, to celebrate murder, especially political violence.
Yep. And nothing will be done about it from people on the left, but there will be stuff done about it from people on the right that are saying stuff. And it's nowhere near at the level that it is on the left.
So, after Donald Trump was nearly killed and Corey Comparator died trying to protect his family, Destiny went on his show and said that it was a good thing. And we responded on Timcast IRL, well, okay, listen, he's made it clear on all of his shows he will glorify and celebrate that death. We've had YouTube take down episodes for less. Notably, our episode with Joe Rogan and Alex Jones was taken down 3 years later, and they never gave me a real reason why. Yep. And so I said, I'll debate anybody. But this guy.
That is exactly why I'm posting all of my videos on Rumble again, because YouTube is getting fucking worse. And Rumble just keeps getting better. Rumble's still garbage right now, but it's getting better.
Basically saying he will intentionally break the rules to get the show taken down. Not intentionally get the show taken down, but he will intentionally break the rules. Thus, the show will be taken down. So I'm not going to have him on because the likelihood that he does something like this is 1. And here he is saying conservatives should fear death. Well, I get it. He is a fascist in the truest sense. And I will explain this for you. There's a big
every time they call the right something or say the right's doing something or say they are something, it's projection. Every time I see it, man, like it's not supposed to be that way. But every time I see it, every time, it's always the things that they're doing. And they're blaming it on the right. Craziness.
Argument over what a fascist is and what it means, and there's historic debate and all this wishy-washy nonsense. Now, of course, by all means, the Nazis had an identitarian worldview based on race. The fascists, one could argue, okay, maybe he's a fascist in a particular sense. They were statists. They believed that there would be a lucrative merger of corporation and state, not formally like the communists, but the corporations would effectively serve the interests of the state out of fear of being ostracized. And that is, the state would say, we need more steel. And they'd look to a company and say, why aren't you producing more steel for our efforts? And you knew what that meant. This is what we've seen quite a bit of. Now, that in and of itself is just a general authoritarian tactic which can be utilized by any political faction. And the truth is, both communists, the highest level, and fascists have almost the exact same thing in common. They really do. Now, of course, the big difference was traditional versus progressive values. But fascists held a particular ethos. There is no truth but power. To be fair, Destiny's being overtly honest in his ideology. But this was noted by the late David Graeber, the anarchist anthropologist. I wonder if I can find this quote from him.
A real anarchist or a chaotic anarchist?
And I would love to see if I can find this old quote. It's from a while ago. Yeah, unfortunately, it's much harder to find. Let me see if I can... He called it a fascistic ethos that has been adopted by the left. And this was one of the architects of Occupy Wall Street. I can't find it. He had a... oh, hello. Maybe this is it? No. Well, I'll find it later. I just thought I'd pull it up, but I'm unable to. David Graeber was an anthropologist. They called him the anarchist anthropologist. Graeber and I were both featured in Time's, I believe it was the Time most influential social media people of 2012. And it was because we were both large voices in Occupy. He, as an organizer, not formally, but as an influencer of those who were organizing. And he was there at the foundation of Occupy Wall Street. And I, of course, for simply broadcasting Occupy Wall Street, not actually for being any kind of organizing force. And he said that the left, and this was back, I think, 7 or 8 years ago, had adopted the fascistic ethos, there is no truth but power. That is not inherent of communists. And that's why I say Destiny is more of a fascist. Most of these people are. Whatever. But here's a man who is saying that you should fear death. That's terrorism. Don't vote for your politician because then you will die. And he wants you to expect death. He has cheered and gloated for death.
Yeah, these freaks are fucking terrorists.
I appreciate the honesty. Telling everyone he wants you to die and he hopes someone kills you, and you should fear every waking moment that if you believe these things, they will kill you.
Insanity. Okay. Insanity.
J.D. Vance made a statement. And it's actually kind of shocking. It is. Not that it's wrong, but that it's shocking to come from the vice president. Today, J.D. Vance hosted the Charlie Kirk show.
Oh, wow.
You'll notice that I wasn't live today. That's because a much more important man doing a much more important thing was working. J.D. Vance had the noon hour, and I'll just jump to the end of his statement.
After the father of that family lost a dear friend. I hope not. While he was mourning his dead friend, he and his wife had to worry about the political terrorists drawing a big target on the home he shares with his young children. Are these people violent? I hope not. But are they guilty of encouraging violence? You damn well better believe it. We can thank God that most Democrats don't share these attitudes, and I do, while acknowledging that
most Democrats, yeah, I don't know about that. I think a lot of them just stayed quiet about it, or they lied. Which, sure, I'll give it to them. You shouldn't lie. I'd rather you tell the truth.
Something has gone very wrong with a lunatic fringe, a minority, but a growing and powerful minority on the far left. There is no unity with people who scream at children over their parents' politics. There is no unity with someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family that...
Yeah, all this speech he's doing here is just riling up the right more. The left is going to see this and be like, oh, J.D. Vance is lying again. Because they think that everybody that they don't like is just a liar. Which is, you know, just another fucking projection.
Day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who fund these articles, who pay the salaries of these terrorist sympathizers, who argue that...
Yeah, Democrats saying unity? Bullshit. Where have you been for 10 fucking years?
Charlie Kirk, a loving husband and father, deserved a shot to the neck because he spoke words with which they disagree. Did you know that the George Soros Open Society Foundation and the Ford Foundation, the groups who funded that disgusting article justifying Charlie's death, do you know they benefit from generous tax treatment? They are literally subsidized by you and me, the American taxpayer. And how do they reward us? By setting fire to the house built by the American family over 250 years.
The whole show was incredible. Every
That's
interview
fucking crazy,
and
man.
his statement was incredible. And there is something
pretty
terrifying, yet something hopeful within this. With everything Destiny has
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that whole interview on my own time.
said, there will be no unity. I have not before advocated
there's
for
no
severing
unity.
ties over
It's
politics, but this isn't politics. This is a cold-blooded murder for which there are individuals saying it was a good thing. Now that's the line. For me, let me just say this to everybody who's going to lose their job. As J.D. Vance said, call their employers, get them fired.
Yep.
Good. I see the libertarians saying, we can't cancel people for criticizing Charlie.
Go fuck yourself.
Criticizing? They're saying political assassinations are a good thing. They're telling us that we should fear death. They're telling us that we should die. Charlie never did that. The moderate mainstream right for which he represented has not a single personality who calls for murder, death, and terror.
Absolute insanity.
The mainstream left does. They do. It is moderate liberals lying right now. Moderates lying.
Yeah, how about that? And it's
about
getting
who
worse.
the shooter was and what he represented to cover up for leftists calling for death. And all I can say is, please don't. Stop.
Yep. Nope.
How many times have I said, no violence? Violence doesn't work. It's not going to solve our problems. And the left wants a civil war so they can get rid of the Constitution. We do not want violence. I will never advocate for it because it doesn't work. Violence breaks the system down and gives you periods of brutality. Maybe 70 years later, you can rebuild from the ashes. But in terms of what it means to work to make a functioning society, murdering people never gets you there. It is only after the pain and the suffering, the death and destruction, do you try to claw back some semblance of peace and prosperity from the ashes. That is not what I would call working. And that's why the left wants to destroy us, to destroy the family, to burn everything to the ground. From the ashes of the old, we shall build anew. It is what they say.
Yep.
That is why sometimes their plans seem to make no sense. It is simply to destroy this country in any way imaginable. I will say this to Piers Morgan. I respect his efforts. But this is a line. Why would any sane person ever have Destiny on their shows at this point? Why would anyone let this man go on?
Yeah, I wonder what Abba and Preach are going to say about this, because they're friends with Destiny. And they defend Destiny constantly. I wonder what they're going to say about this. I'm actually going to look that up after this video, see if he said anything. Because if he hasn't, I'm going to be like, what the fuck? Why? Why aren't you saying anything? They definitely have to, though. After all of the defending of Destiny that they do.
On shows and say that he thinks people should be killed. I don't. It's one of the rules on Timcast IRL. We say no allusions to violence. We don't even say don't. It's not even as light as just don't say you're going to kill people. We outright say no illusions. Don't even use metaphors indicating you want to hurt somebody. We ask this of our guests because there are turns of phrases that don't really mean they want to hurt people, but we don't want to go there because people could misinterpret, and it's important to us. Scott Pressler talks about how he always says peacefully. CNN asked him, why are you saying that? Is it because you fear violence? And he said, no, because you will lie. The press will lie and claim we called for violence. They actually do. And so they say, don't platform people. That's what they used to say of us. Don't platform people. When all we would say is things like we should be allowed to speak. Me, for instance, what are my opinions?
Oh, but I thought the right way. Who gives a fuck now? I don't care. Say what you want to say. You brought us to this level, man. We tried. We really did. And now, people say constantly, don't stoop to their level, don't stoop to their level. That's the only fucking option we got until we get to Civil War. And we really don't want that, man. Because they will actually be just attacking Christians for no reason. And acting like that. Oh, it's just the fog of war. Oh, it's just what happens in war, man. I mean, Christians are bad, right?
I'm friends with a bunch of trans people. I'll use your preferred pronouns if you ask, even if you're a leftist. Traditional pro-choice, universal basic health care. I lean liberal on a lot of core policy issues. And they say I shouldn't be allowed to speak those opinions. I shouldn't be allowed to say things like Trump never called Nazis fine people. Well, I have a counter for you.
Which he didn't.
Destiny shouldn't be allowed to go on your show and say conservatives should fear death.
Yeah,
and if you dare vote for a Republican,
insane.
that he's hoping that other assassinations occur and you die. Because he's playing the, oh, won't someone rid me of this priest? He is outright saying on the show, someone's going to have to kill people. He said it on his show. He's saying it on this show. Conservatives have to fear. And they have to say, we will no longer vote for what we support because we're terrified of you. Liberals and the far left should not be given permission. Now, Destiny, I appreciate his honesty. As for Politics Girl, who openly lied about the shooter to defend and protect the murderer, we call that the spear. The murderers are the tip of the spear. The tip of the spear can only exist when moderate liberals go on their shows and lie or do what Destiny is doing. So the time for unity is over. The conservatives, the right, whatever it is, disaffected liberals, have long desperately begged for unity and said, we don't want violence. We don't.
And then that's what we get.
And the left kept
every time
stabbing and killing and shooting. And they blame the right. They actually would claim that a fringe white supremacist of strange ideology is the same as, say, Jack Posobiec or Charlie Kirk, who both condemn racism on just explicitly. I'm sorry. We tried.
I'm not sorry.
But I think now is the time for deplatforming.
They can go fuck themselves.
Somebody out there who says that conservatives should die and they want them to be killed and they're calling for it. Yeah, no, you don't put them on there. Don't invite them on your shows.
That's
Piers,
not free speech.
You shouldn't invite this guy on your show anymore. This is, I'll just say this. I don't see it stopping.
It's not. It's going to get worse.
Whether or not he goes on his show. Twitch ain't going to ban him.
Nope.
They like it. Same thing with Hassan.
Terrorist organization.
This path goes in one direction, and I think it's apparent to all of you. There's a reason why I left the city. There's a reason why I moved to the middle of nowhere. There's a reason why I own lots of guns. And it's not because I want to go into those cities. No, it's because I want to stay away from them. It's because people like Destiny, he has got some kind of mental defect, as seen from all the accusations against him outside of him just calling for the murder of people. But he is a totalitarian, despotic fascist who wants terror and fear and a boot on your neck and a gun in your throat. Me? I want people to be able to mind their own business and be left alone, to not have a totalitarian state, all of those things. But you see what happens now is there's only one reaction, as J.D. Vance pointed out. There's no unity. And there's going to be a federal response. Trump says an investigation is already underway among many leftists. The bifurcation is nearly complete.
Yep.
Every year that we age,
lock them in a box.
the bifurcation becomes more pronounced as younger people step into.
Like, we don't want to use violence, but I mean, we'll use the people who've got the monopoly on violence, or are supposed to have the monopoly on violence, to come and take you, put you in handcuffs, and lock you in a box.
The fray.
Officially.
Already holding the split worldview. And I think the path
You go to
runs
court
obvious.
first.
And I'll say it one last time. As I and many others have begged the left to stop, nobody wants to turn down the volume, Destiny says. It's just about all I ever say all day, every day. We do not want violence. We do not want conflict or war. We don't want police brutality.
Yeah, they're not really...
Alone.
Yeah, they're not really giving us any other options, though. Like, what do? We can't just keep getting killed and then being like, well, we gotta be peaceful, man. No, you gotta defend yourself. Like, what do we got these guns for if we're not defending ourselves with them?
Ask Aaron Danielson. Shot and killed by a leftist with a BLM tattoo on his neck. Walking down the street in Portland. Simply for supporting Trump. Destiny says, well, yeah, you shouldn't have supported Trump.
Yep.
Yeah. If you hold views he doesn't like, he advocates your death.
Communism.
And he's happy that people killed you. Corey Comparator, sitting in a rally clapping, shot and killed by a would-be...
Yeah, and a lot of them aren't even happy. They're just, like, content with it. They're like, well, I don't really care.
Assassin.
Good it happened.
Was an assassin. He didn't kill Trump, but he killed Corey. And now Charlie Kirk, assassinated by a man who was dating a trans person or living with a trans person. New evidence showing this individual was apparently on Antifa subreddits. 7 accounts from trans people on social media expressing foreknowledge of the assassination of Kirk. And Charlie says, well, it's your own fault for having opinions and wanting to vote for them. So what's a fascist then, if not for Destiny?
Yep.
This country is in
Projection.
trouble.
The world.
We'll see where it goes. Smash the like button, share the show, all that good stuff. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. I'll smash that like button. Insanity! Insanity! Get rid of them. Get rid of them all. Put them in a box. Leave them alive, though. Don't torture them. Don't do violence. Just put them in the box like we do all the time. Or at least we used to. We don't do that anymore, apparently. They just let out that blonde girl, that Ukrainian blonde girl that got stabbed in the neck. They let out her killer. Mental health evaluation. For 60 days, he ain't going to prison. No way. No shot.